It's December, which means the beginning of December, which means it's time to share with you my take on the latest Sheetload of Cards from Call Me Crafty Owl. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome. It is the beginning of December, and that means that Alicia from Call Me Crafty Owl has shared her latest Sheetload of Cards design, the December 2022 sketch, and her sheetload sketches basically give you the sketch, the supply list, cut list, everything you need to make a batch of cards. This month it is 8 and uses 12 by 12 paper. I have decided to make some winter cards, and I am playing with the Simple Stories Feelin Frosty collection. I recently got this in a Simple Stories warehouse box, and it's just some fun, non-traditional winter colors like pinks and greens and purples, as well as some traditional colors, but I thought it would be fun to play with. And I ended up getting, with that, in that same warehouse box, I got the papers and the stickers, so like the normal paper collection. I got chipboard stickers, the decorative brads, I got 2 different packs of ephemera, one's journal bits, one's like the bits and pieces, so I have lots of fun stuff to play with. So I decided to bring that out for my sheet load, and I took 2 designs of the paper. I was trying to find some that were small enough in design, you know, that you could see that it was a snowman, or that, you know, were coordinating colors. And so I chose the snowman and the plaid, and then just alternated them, and then decided to back my papers with some coordinating teal cardstock. And then I used some chipboard and ephemera pieces to decorate up my cards. So they're all slightly different based on the ephemera I used. My sentiment is from this Cabin Fever stamp set from Cardabella, 'Tis the Season to be Freezin'. So my cards differ slightly from her sketch, just based in the type of ephemera I used, the fact that my sentiment was like wider rather than like long and skinny. And then I also, because my cards are going to be donated and not necessarily mailed, I didn't necessarily care about them being flat. So since I was using chipboard for my main embellishment, I brought in either some of the tiny chipboard pieces to embellish, or brought in some of those decorative brads that are just adhesive. They're not actual brads. So I have 7 cards here, and then I have 1 card that I thought I would make with you. So one of the many great things about Alicia's sketches is this, and I tend to forget this, but the image on front, if you're printing your printout at 100%, the image on front is an A2 size. It's the actual size of the card. So if you are trying to figure out, you know, whether your sentiment or your embellishments would work, that is one way to double check it. So another handy thing about this particular sketch is she gives you a guide on how to do the strip that goes diagonal and is cut. So I have one that I thought I would do with you. I've gone ahead and glued the pattern papers onto their mats, but you cut your strip at 2 5/8, and then when you go to glue it down, her little guide makes it super handy so that you can get your pieces laid in the correct spot, and you don't have to fiddle and make sure that they are lined up on your card front. So I am just using my Barely Art glue to put my piece, and I'm not worried about doing those top corners because they're not adhered to the card anyway. So you can put that down. And I'm sure if you watch Alicia's video, you will be able to, she'll give you a bunch more tips. This is a collaboration, and there are several team members that are sharing their takes on the sheet load today as well. So there's a hashtag that is in the description as well as the title. And if you click on that hashtag, then you should be able to see all of the collab team members' videos from this month's Sheetload. And then Alicia's videos will be linked in the description box below as well, so you can see how you can get your Sheetload sketch as well as see her cards and her tips. So I'm just going to do a quick little burnish here and make sure my strips are going to stay down. And then I'm going to trim off my extra edges here. And one thing that I did with some of these extra pieces was those that came out to be a clean triangle shape, you know, that they didn't have a squared off edge. Like you can see this one was like a squared off edge. But the bigger ones that were a clean triangle shape, I actually added them to the inside of my card. So I always add scraps on the inside anyway. And since these were nice and colorful, I just threw them on the inside as well. So you could do one here, you could do one over here, one here, one here. It all depends. It all depended on how many clean triangles that weren't necessarily direction oriented. Because a lot of them, if I did the snowman strip, the snowmen were upside down. So now that my card front is put together, I can add that to the front of my card. And then I have my sentiment already cut, and then I have an ephemera piece already picked out, and we will just glue those down. So the Sheetload sketches that Alicia provides are free to her subscribers, and you just have to subscribe to her channel if you're not already to be able to access the Sheetloads. If you would like to support her on the Sheetloads, you can. She does have channel memberships that have extra perks, so you can check that out as well. But that is how I put my cards together, and that's how you can use her handy guides. And here are my fun, bright winter cards. So again, be sure to click on that hashtag and check out the other collaboration team members. Check out Alicia's video below as well. And I hope you give this month's Sheetload a try. Thank you guys so very much for your time today, and hope you all have a very crafty day.